Sasquatch, ghost, dogman, aliens, demons, shadow people, skinwalkers, even the Fae. Our universe is vast, dark, and wrought with infinite unexplained phenomena. We have tasked ourselves with assisting humanity in finding the keys to unlock the mysteries that abound in and around our world. What we intend to reveal behind the curtain of darkness may very well invoke those fears long tucked away in our memories. We will meet that fear head on as we strive to shine the light of understanding on these phenomena. The goal is to arm you with the power of knowledge to confront and even combat these entities. We welcome you to join us on our quest. We are Midwest Night Watchers.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to the return of the Night Owl Lounge.
Yeah, we took a little break.
Oh, things are just,
Weird.
I don't know, I guess weird all over. So we just thought we'd pop on, and we didn't really have a subject tonight. We'll just talk about whatever is in the chat and whatever comes up, and then we'll probably start getting back as we do this every Wednesday or early Thursday morning at 12:30 a.m. Central Time.
It's Wednesday for us because you just came home for your Wednesday night, but it turns into Thursday, so it gets a little confusing.
So we'll tonight we're just gonna concentrate on you guys in the chat, whoever shows up, since we didn't really advertise this very much, and then after this we'll be doing it every week, hopefully. We'll try to anyway, and maybe we'll have some subject matter and stuff to discuss to start off with, and
some videos to show. I'm catching all kinds of crazy things and haven't uploaded everything yet on our channel. So some of it's still on my SD card. I got to upload it to my tablet and then go through and check everything out.
I'm not sure what War is talking about, but
oh. Let's see. We got War and Brown Dwarf.
I don't know who else is in here. That's all I've seen so far. So, hi, guys.
There's got to be a couple more. So, it shows more. Well, welcome everyone who's lurking and just listening.
Hopefully, our camera is showing us the right way this time, because somehow it got changed on the settings.
What does it look like on the tablet? Do we look okay? Can you read our shirts? Hey, it is correct. Yay! We're not backwards and mirrored.
Every time I tried to change the setting, it got worse.
Hi, Roger. Yeah, I kind of like our Night Owl. We can actually talk to the chat, see the chat, interact, actually say hi to you. I feel horrible when we have a guest and I see people pop on
I never,
and I hate to interrupt our guest talking by going, and he's going, who are you waving at? So this way we can actually talk to you guys. I like this. Maggie. Hi, Maggie. We have Josh. Hi, Josh. We what? Sorry.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Am I interrupting you?
Oh,
I'm just so happy talking to our chat.
we sit in everybody else's chat and wonder, about, did they see our comment? Did they see our comment? And now that we're actually doing shows, we realize, like, man, you got to really multitask and be able to keep up with everybody.
Yeah, and speaking of these shirts, we're getting really close to 400 subscribers. So we're gonna, when we reach that goal, we are going to do a special night. It might be a Night Owl Lounge, and we're going to give them away. So we ordered some. We have them ourselves. We don't have a link. We don't have a merch store or anything. Who knows? Maybe we will eventually. But we just found this special and went ahead and ordered some with different sizes. and everyone will have a chance to actually win one. So then when we'll get to our, I don't know, 450, maybe 500, we'll give some more away. We got crystals to give away and other things to give away. So I know a lot of people are asking, how can we get a shirt? Well, you might be able to win one. So how's that?
So we're hoping to reach 500 as our goal. I never thought we'd be this far.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're almost at 400, and I'm going,
so
yay!
Thanks everybody for subscribing and getting this out there, and keep sharing this and keep telling everybody, and hopefully we can keep growing this channel. And
yeah, comment after the show. That helps the algorithm just to get on everyone else's suggestion list on your homepage and get people to add to us.
We got things that we have planned coming up, for giveaways. Obviously, we all have the stickers.
Hi, Auntie Ventum.
See if I can show this right. The matches our shirts.
That's pretty. Stick one on your shirt.
See if I can show it without glare.
I know.
I don't know how you do it. Not doing very well, am I? So we got those, and then we got the original Night Owl logo. I keep getting farther away.
Get closer to the camera.
Oh, still a glare.
That's pretty good.
So we got those, and then we might include some other things from. I don't know if you guys, if we've told the story before about how Jane sold rocks and polished rocks and rough cut rocks and
crystals, gemstones. So yeah, we're at 382, 383.
Well, I don't know. They keep subtracting too. We get up to 385, and pretty soon we're at 383. Then we get another subscriber, then we're at 382. So I don't know how that works.
We gain a couple, you lose one, you gain a couple. I think the last time I checked was 383. So yes, we're getting really close to our 400. So
yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Not quite there yet, but
our goal is 500, which everybody says that's the one where you can become monetized, but we won't have the viewing hours and the other criteria to monetize, and we don't really know if we want to or not.
Yeah, we may not monetize. We're not sure yet.
Maybe further down the road.
What slaps? Are we slapping each other?
Inside.
Oh. I'm getting there. We're old.
All right, yeah, War, we sent you out stickers. You won one night.
Not those rocks, folks. Hey, look behind us. There's all kinds of rocks and spheres and towers and all kinds of things.
That's all right, Maggie.
That's okay.
We probably didn't say it right anyway.
And we're happy. We're very close, so we're getting there.
So we'll have some stuff, to add to it besides stickers, or the big prize to me is the t-shirts. I'm just happy we just ordered some t-shirts just to try them out to see how the logos would come out, and believe it or not, it was hard to pick the colors.
Yeah. The Midwest one, we had a very hard time finding what color to blend. Other colors did not look good, and we really liked the maroon.
Oh, the stickers are slapped.
Oh, okay. Did you get your stickers, Brown Dwarf?
Yeah.
I hope you got your stickers.
We never heard if you got them all right.
Because we did send them to the store. So yeah, I really like the maroon, and so we kind of put up my logo, and I went, oh, now that logo really matches up on the maroon.
So we got little gemstones and little stuff here and there that we've he'll check. It's been quite a while. It's been quite a while.
Because you didn't write Brown Dwarf on it.
I just wrote the name of his shop.
You just sent it to the shop.
In a regular envelope.
Well, if your brother threw them away, let us know. We'll send you some stickers. And we'll let you know that they're on their way, and we'll have brown dwarf on the envelope. But yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
We sent them out.
So what do you guys got going on? Anything good? And besides, but while it's on my mind, we would like to say prayers and condolences and good things for Maui. We're sad for everybody that got caught in the fires and destroyed the communities. And besides all the theories on how it started and stuff, it doesn't matter. We just feel sorry for the people that have to go through all this and what they're going through, and the suffering and the family losses and the loss to the community. And you know, it's just sad when that happens, whether it's mainland or the islands. And
just a lot of weird stuff happening in the world here.
So I wanted to send out prayers for everybody, and while it was still on my mind. What?
War got attacked this last weekend by chiggers. I don't like chiggers.
You know, we'll get them once in a while out here while we're out in our yard. But I remember those as kids, man. They just eat up my ankles, and
that's why I try to stay on a cement patio. I mean, I'll go out in the grass sometimes, but nope, I don't like those chiggers. The mosquitoes. Oh my goodness! This past week or so, that they're finally here. Hi, Deb.
Hi.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are getting really bad and buzzing around me. I'm trying to record UFOs, and I hear this going past my ear. So I'm out there waving and getting rid of it. Darn bugs.
Just like everybody else, you know, we say the mosquitoes are our state bird. Or at least they seem like they're as big as birds anyway.
Well, we had the dry beginning of summer. We didn't have that bed of mosquitoes. It was great.
Well, because we didn't have the water, we didn't have the moisture.
But they're here now.
So how many people out there in chat remember the Philadelphia experiment in Montauk? They had a celebration. We saw the show a few weeks back, or maybe even a month back. We talked about doing a Philadelphia experiment show, and we never really got around to it. And then Jessica, the Cryptus Hundredth, had a show about the anniversary of it, and they were hoping that the ship would appear. They say there's always the ship comes back on an anniversary or a special date that people say that you can see, like maybe displacement in the water and fog. And well, they said they had the fog when Jessica was there. She actually, her and her team or her friends that were doing it were there. And they thought they saw some displacement of water possibly, and fog definitely rolled in while they were there. I don't remember where I left off.
I don't know. I'm just reading chat. I'm enjoying reading chat and being able to pay attention to everybody. And
so it was the anniversary of the Philadelphia experiment. Does anybody remember the year?
Wow.
So you got to remember that supposedly Einstein and Tesla and all them had their hands in the mix. So it's no wonder that the supposedly ship time traveled when you got individuals like that working on the technology behind the scenes. And
I'm not sure of the year. I hope you know the year.
Well, I believe that what was the anniversary? I don't remember now.
Was it 50 years?
47, War Criminal said.
Yeah, so was it 50 years? $70 years.
No, it wouldn't be.
It can't be 50 years.
Fall of 1943.
1943. I think that's what Maggie has.
Does she?
And the next one down.
All right.
Yeah.
Way to go, Maggie. War, you were close.
So 80 years.
So there you go. I mean, my gosh, you had Tesla and all them working on it and the U.S. government. And
And just think, that's 20 years before we were born, and they were coming up with crazy stuff like that.
I remember the movies,
Wow.
about it. But even before that, I remember listening to Art Bell, and he actually had Al Bellick on this show, on the radio show. And it was like a 2-part show of like 3 hours at a time. And
Wow.
he described everything. For everybody that doesn't know, and I'm sure you guys all do, that Al Bielek said that he was there on the ship, him and his brother, during the Philadelphia experiment when it started going crazy and the green fog came in and all the anomalies started happening, and they dove overboard into the water. And as they were diving into the water, they transported to another time. So
Wow.
they personally time traveled, and so did the ship.
So that whole area didn't matter if you were on the ship, you jump overboard.
Well,
They
I'm
still got
assuming
affected by us. That whole
they
area
had
was.
those Tesla coils or whatever device they had. I think they had one in the front and back of the ship.
Wow.
Might have had one in the middle. I can't remember, but I know front and back for sure. And when they said when they turned them on, they could see all the, I don't know, they said there was like a green fog started appearing and coming out. So it went and enveloped the whole ship because they made sure the coils were strong enough to include everything around the ship so you couldn't ever see the ship.
Wow.
So I imagine once they dove over, they were still in the field of the basically time machine, basically is what they created.
Hi, Freaky. Freaky Geeky.
Ah,
That'll be your nickname. Freaky Geeky.
43.
1943.
It's when her dad was born. Yep, there's Freak.
Freaky. Yep, everything's well here.
So if you ever get a chance, go out and listen to the archives of Art Bell and listen to the Philadelphia experiment one. It's really good. I mean, I've listened to it probably 3 times that I know of. And I remember hearing it when it first came on because I was listening to Art Bell back at the time. I was working second shift then, I believe.
That Mitsubishi or before?
Yeah,
before
Mitsubishi. And on the way home, and when I got home, I just kept listening to this show every night from Art Bell.
Man, for years we'd go to sleep listening to the Coast to Coast AM.
Yeah.
We had it on in our bedroom and probably drove the kids crazy because every single night we got Coast to Coast AM going so we can go to sleep.
Yeah. Imagine what they're hiding from us now.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, they say that whatever they have is probably 100 years ahead of what they're showing to the public and allowing us to have. There's a lot of crazy stuff.
So it was the anniversary of the Philadelphia experiment, and just crazy stuff happened during that whole thing. They, all the controls that I believe was actually on the boat. So I don't know if they had anything on shore for remote control or not.
So was somebody on the boat actually controlling it and starting it?
I don't know how they turned it on. I mean, maybe they had the wires going out in the water, but that wouldn't do you no good if you were actually sailing the boat somewhere and wanted to be invisible. That's what they were trying to do, is just to make it invisible for sight and radar. But if you're out sailing the oceans and the seas, then you can't have cables hooked up
right
outside the boat. Not that they didn't that day, since they were just right out there in the water off of their piers.
Something we'll never know for sure.
Let's see, isn't it like 30, 50 years ahead? I don't know how far ahead they're.
I heard 100. It could be, who knows, really. They've been keeping so much from us.
Well, just
more than 80 years. They've been keeping stuff from us since, late 1800s, when a lot of things started changing.
Oh, very good, Brondorf. That's cool. But I mean, just think of how fast we went from, say, the telegraph, horse and carriage, to having telephones, electricity, lights in the house, powered appliances,
cars, shortly after
automobiles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just crazy to think about how fast we developed as a country in technology.
Well, around 2000, not everybody had an actual PC computer. Laptops were kind of getting popular, but around 2010 is when we had iTouches, just to have apps, and all of our kids had iTouches, and cell phones were still just kind of flip phones, and you had to do ABC or 1, 2, 3 and all of that. But we had the little iTouches. Once those smartphones came out, oh my goodness, you don't need a laptop, you don't need a computer, you don't need a camcorder. Remember the giant camcorders on your shoulder, these big giant heavy things. Then they got little handheld. Oh, we got everything. We got everything in our hand.
I just saw a technology today on a video where a guy had literally a lapel or a pin with a logo on it, and it wasn't Star Trek's logo, but it was similar to that. And all he had to do was touch that, and it would connect like a cell phone.
Oh, crazy.
And if he put his hand up in front of him, that that little device would project the keypad or what was on the phone on your palm, so you could actually scroll with your finger. And it showed like, it looked like LED, or it was glowing. And then all he had to do was just click on that, so that little device knew that he touched his palm on that place, and it would connect you to that person, or it'd go to that app or whatever. Then once he connected his call, he put his hand down, and then he just talked normal, and he could hear the person could hear him. And so he didn't have to carry around not a big phone, but a normal phone like we do. He just had it right here, just like their little pins on Star Trek when they hit it to talk to the bridge or the people on the starship.
And they answer the question, C2C is Coast to Coast AM radio show that originally started with Art Bell for many years. Now it's George Norrie. It's on really late at night, like around midnight our time, right? And
he changed the 2-3 hours. Changed the show a couple times because he gave up Coast to Coast, and that's when George Norrie and all the other guests started taking over the show for him, because all the stuff he was going through. Then he came back with After Midnight in the
Yeah.
Desert or something like that. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Hi, Growing Old with Purpose.
So he had he had two good shows actually. He started Coast to Coast, and he had the other one.
So yeah, some of the old original Coast to Coast is so cool. Ghost to Ghost. Well, actually, he did do a special Ghost to Ghost around Halloween. Instead of Coast to Coast, he'd call it Ghost to Ghost.
Yeah.
And would do ghost stories. So we listened to that the other day.
Yeah,
Was that on YouTube?
Yeah, it was on YouTube. It just I mean,
Okay.
I have the Art Bell archives and some of the other Art Bell ones that I have them subscribed to, so they'll pop up on my thing once in a while. And Ghost to Ghost was one of them that came up.
And Coast to Coast is on YouTube. They do small little shorts and stuff, but if you want it live, it's only on the radio, correct? Or maybe on their website. You could listen to it live on their website.
Yeah, you have to pay their subscription though
But I think you can click the live button and
I don't know. Well, I guess archives maybe is the only one you have to pay for. I mean, it doesn't cost much, but I mean, it's still a cost.
Right. Ghost to Ghost.
So what kind of technology do you guys remember that was really cool when it first came out that you experienced?
Black and white ping pong going back and forth. That's and we had the little pallets to hit it and pink. That's me. Well, that's how old we are.
My brother-in-law, which is he went to school for electronics or electrician, and he used to have all the gadgets and stuff. You know, we built. I remember helping him sort out the circuit boards to build a Heathkit color TV, and there was just tons of soldering and circuits and all that stuff. You know, you had to make. But he had an oscilloscope. If you remember if anybody knows what an oscilloscope or remembers it, it's looks like a little mini PC, but it has a little round screen on it, and you watch the little thing go across, almost like what you'd watch your heartbeat in a hospital. But it was for electronics. You know, you'd hook up and see the signal and frequencies and the hertz and all that go across there, so you can test equipment. Well, if you set it up just right, you could literally play Pong on that.
Oh, wow.
Or you'd have a little dot going across it. You can have a paddle going, and it'd hit it and then it'd start going back the other way. It was part of a test program. It was pretty cool.
Look how far we've gone just in our lifetime.
I wonder if he still has that.
Who knows? I bet he does.
Probably. Just like me. We don't get rid of hardly anything.
Yeah, I still have the little black and white ping pong game back there in the storage.
Yeah, we had the car phones or the mobile phones when they first came out, bag phones. Yep, that's what they called them.
Yeah, big giant things in a bag.
Even had the old magnet antenna that you'd put on top of your car, just like you would when the cool CB antennas came out, where you didn't have to mount them. They were all the big what were they? Mag 40s or something. They were
late 80s or early 90s when they came out. The big giant. And you can talk free on weekends for a while. Remember that plan?
Yeah.
That after 7 o'clock, you can do long distance. And now on weekends, all weekend, you can have free phone calls. Now it's just unlimited everything. And they got us on all kinds of these plans, didn't they?
I remember Tank Commander was you had the pyramids and the green. It was all green and black. You had everything was they glow green for the pyramids and the tanks, and you'd have to shoot enemies and blow stuff up. But my favorite game, going to the arcades or even playing at home, because it would have been Oh, geez, probably late 80s when I got the first my first home computer. It was an Atari. It was a gaming system and a home computer all in one. You could play their games on cartridges, plus you could program it in BASIC. And they came out with a couple other language cartridges, but BASIC was the funnest one, I thought. It was, but you had to sit there and for a lot of commands, put a bunch of zeros and ones nonstop to get the commands to go. But anyway, that was tedious. And if you messed up 1 0 and 1 1, then it wouldn't work. So you had to go back through the whole list of thousands of lines to figure it out. But when it worked, it was great. But anyway, they had Missile Command, and that was my favorite game. Back in the arcade days, you couldn't even hardly get to a Missile Command machine. That and Centipede and well, they all came out back then. Donkey Kong and
Asteroid.
and
then the famous
Galaga.
Pac-Man came out that ate everything. Then Mrs. Pac-Man.
But we were just happy. We were just happy personally at home that we didn't have to have a party line anymore growing up at our house.
And I remember my grandma had a party line. We'd get on and listen to the neighbors talk. Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh yeah. Remember my home ec teacher told us about how we wouldn't be using cash in the future. And yeah, remember when our math teachers told us we couldn't use calculators because we wouldn't have one on us all the time. We wouldn't have access to calculators.
Right here on our phone. Yeah.
And that was a strange thing growing up. And I never really had that ability, but my dad could literally add, subtract, and multiply in his head.
That's because I remember you had to stand up in class and had teams, and how quick you knew things.
No, I mean,
by knowing things.
I memorized my multiplication tables and all that, and all the shortcuts on how to add and subtract and stuff. But I mean, I'm seriously talking about Dad doing like equations in his head and actually knowing. Of course, he was a carpenter, so he built houses for a living, and then he went out to B.F. Goodrich Chemical Plant. So he was pretty intelligent, and but he literally, I mean, just like that, seconds, he could just like multiply big numbers, divide numbers, and tell you square footage and all that. I mean,
crazy.
I mean, I think I'm kind of intelligent, but
you are.
But I never had that ability for some reason. I could do.
You got a good memory.
I could do more normal math equations in my head and still can, but nothing like what Dad could do. And then Mom's parents had the ability of listening to music, and Grandpa could just play an instrument just by hearing it by ear and just go right along with it without even seeing the sheet music.
Yeah, I can't do that. When I get my guitar out or keyboard, I gotta have sheet music. I cannot just find the chords by ear.
Yeah. I hear you, Maggie. Yep, you play all these games now online. You got.
I remember Chuzzles. Chuzzles that came out, and those little furry little things, and we just enjoyed keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them until they get really mad and blow up, and then you have blow up Chuzzle on your screen.
Now you can buy not only Chuzzles. Online can you do all these games, but you can buy the little boxes that you just hook up to your TV that has like thousands of Atari games and all the arcade games just right there.
I entertain my kids by putting a VCR tape in, and That was back those days. I didn't have cable. I was a single
Yeah, I
mom for 12 and a half years. We didn't have cable. I put a VCR tape in, and that's what my kids did. But
I like Donkey Kong, but it really wasn't my favorite game.
But that's when Nintendo came out too.
But Donkey Kong actually wasn't Donkey Kong to start with. It was other characters, and they changed it just to get more popular. So if you can ever watch the so here's a nerd in me, watch the documentary on Donkey Kong.
You did?
Yeah. They changed the princess wasn't the princess in there, and Donkey Kong wasn't a giant ape in the beginning. Then I don't think Donkey Kong or whoever was throwing barrels either.
Yeah, I was pretty good at Super Mario. And the Lion King. Oh man, we got the Lion King. I think that was Sega though. I don't think that was Nintendo. I think that was Sega. We got the Lion King game was really good.
Yeah, see, I never played the Lion King and all them. I stuck with all the spaceship, and I mean, I did like
choice.
Pac-Man and stuff like that, like everybody else. But
this is my kids' choice.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
I think I'm behind in chat already because we're talking too much about arcade games.
Thank you for showing up. We don't have a script or anything. We're just
sorry, Brown Dwarf. I almost didn't click on your thing because I saw the one word and thought, who the heck is saying? Then I realized what you said. I almost didn't put you up. We had Magnavox Odyssey. Well, we had all the video consoles growing up, but we had the Magnavox Odyssey when it came out, and it had their version of Pac-Man. It was a knockoff version of it, and I remember my Aunt Rena coming in, seeing what all us kids were hooping and hollering about in the back room, and she actually sat down and play it. And she would actually jerk the control around and yell at the ghosts on the screen for getting them and calling them not bad names, but she, older people, you stinker. And she just gets so frustrated while she, and she was doing really good. I mean, she was dadgummit. She was in her 70s when I was growing up, and here she is playing video games with us. Then Odyssey had another version of it was a light gun. You had a haunted house on the screen, and the gun was a light gun, and it would project the ghost or whatever. And it had a cable going back to the screen, and it had a little cellophane thing that you'd slide in there that had the ghost in it. Then when you click the trigger, it'd punch a hole through the ghost, and then the ghost looked like it got shot on the screen. So you'd sit there. It's almost like a Duck Command, but with ghosts in a haunted house. They'd pop up in the windows, and you'd have to shoot them and stuff. But you had to keep buying them little ghost pictures because every time you did it, you punched a hole in them. Oh, Danny said he hates math.
It's got to be the camera. I was seeing something weird.
Uh-oh.
I'm seeing it again.
Are we going to have to check it?
All right.
Is it your smoke?
No, it's not my smoke. If in between us, in between our chairs, if you look at the two yellow gourds that are my drums and the other drum, right there in the corner of the fireplace on the wood floor, I swear I see red. And it appears and disappears. Now I don't see it. I'll see if anything. Now I'm seeing it. Do you see it?
Yep, I see it.
Do you see it? Do you guys see that?
I see it. It's got to be
There's something.
Is it your
Oh, I bet it is
the Himalayan salt ball?
I bet it's my Himalayan salt lamp
All right.
changing.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, go up. Let's see when the floor turns red.
Yeah, it's blue now.
It's going to turn red. Yep. All right. It's the Himalayan. Because I keep saying, what is that red? All right. It's my salt lamp that's changing colors. All right. Man, I was hoping for a red orb showing up or something behind us. It's my salt lamp.
Nobody saw the salt lamp, so.
Dang it. We haven't had any phenomena for quite a while, and it was in the other room. I'm hoping something will start happening.
Man, I'm way behind now.
I'm not sure what that was referring to.
What?
I'm kind of behind on chat too. All I see is Brown Door saying, I use fingers.
To count, probably.
Yeah, I need to read chat a little better.
Growing old man has a phone like that on the wall. I must have missed something.
I think the wooden phones.
Oh,
we got a couple antique wooden phones upstairs.
Yeah, my parents collected antiques, and they had some in the basement. But then after my father passed away, my mom and a family friend started going to places together, antique stores and whatever. Well, his hobby was repairing old wind up crank telephones. So we got two, I believe, from him. And then we have I don't know, 5 or so wind up like Seth Thomas clocks and a couple other makers, and we got a 31 day on the wall upstairs. And so we still got some old technology here, but just like everybody else, most of it's new in our house. All this, just like what we're coming to you on, all this stuff that drives you crazy.
Yeah, I remember I had a very small plan when I was a single mom, and I called my mom long distance after 7 and on weekends. Crazy old plans.
Then when we got together, we got cell phones and you had unlimited. So you could talk to your mom whenever you wanted.
Yep, until she passed. Yep.
So that was a blessing. Electronics helped out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just this past year, we finally got rid of our landline and cable. The bill was getting ridiculous. So all we've got is internet and our cell phones.
Oh, yeah. I remember Rampage, where you had the reptile, almost like Godzilla. Then you had almost King Kong climbing up the buildings, and you had to fight and destroy the buildings.
Hey, we're old enough to remember the old pay phones that Superman would go in and change into. You don't see any of those anymore.
My friend in high school, his parents were antique collectors, and they collected everything from our county and our small town that they could get their hands on. They had like a lot of the old doctor signs that were hanging downtown out that were lighted, and they had all kinds of stuff. But the one thing that I thought was cool is they had the old switchboard for our town, and they had that in their living room. It looked, I mean, it was about the size of a piano, but obviously taller, and it had all the plugins for all the cords to connect people, and it had the little the little horn that you would talk into if you were the operator, and that was actually in somebody's house.
Operator.
here in town. So it was in somebody's house, and the family and friends or whoever took turns, shifts answering the phone. So there was always somebody there to connect somebody.
I remember calling 0 for the operator.
And then growing up, we only had, you had to dial 5 numbers.
Not all 7. Yep.
Then they took that away from us.
They take everything
Now,
from us.
now you got to dial almost everything to get out. You got to dial the area code and prefix and everything.
Lion King was fun. I enjoy Lion King. So you're going all the way back?
All the way back where?
Oh, you're still.
I'm still trying to catch up.
Oh, just keep going. Just keep going.
Sorry if I'm missing anybody or not answering. If you're having questions, I'm trying to.
Tetris. Yeah, Freaky. I love Tetris. That was one of mine. Yeah, I remember playing that on Game Boy.
Yep.
One of my kids had the Game Boy, and I played it on their Game Boy.
Yeah, I had.
Yep.
I bought the Game Boy when it first came out.
Yeah, Tetris was fun. Even the music to it. The dog's being quiet upstairs. She must be sleeping. I covered her up with a blankie, and she's not walking around.
Full cam at one point, duck hunt.
I like playing duck hunt too. That was a fun game.
Just hearing a theme song in the beginning was cool. Yep.
Yep.
Atari 2600, I think it was.
Now you're pretty close to our age. I'm 61. He's almost 60. Here in a few more months, you'll be 60.
Oh yeah, we had
lava lamps.
We had all kinds of lava lamps.
Yeah.
My sister, my oldest sister, got married in the 70s. So for a graduation, for a wedding gift, they got
graduating out of the house.
one of the giant, big, huge lava lamps, and that was in their living room forever. And it was it had the gold glob with the glitter inside of it. And I always asked them to turn it on when I was over there visiting.
Yeah, I like these salt lamps that change colors. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, the pink ones and orange ones are nice, but it's nice to have colors flash every once in a while. And
that's crazy how it shines off the floor back there.
On the UK emergency number. Wow. Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, it's August.
Yeah,
allergies are starting to kick in.
I'm catching up stuff we said like 10 minutes ago.
Start clicking, old man.
I'm trying to read everybody's things.
We got Mr. B's Truth Seekers. Hello. Welcome to our chat. And Penny Van. Hi, Penny. Well, you are behind. Come on, keep clicking. Keep clicking.
I know, I'm doing horrible.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Mr. B.
Mr. B is, I've been talking to him on Messenger, and he invited me to join a panel show, and I think might be this weekend or a week or so coming up, depending on when he gets it together and
cool.
has it. And I think he's got people like Jim Goodall and other people on it. And
Nice.
so hi,
Oh.
Terrence.
Well, welcome to our chat. We're just strange, weird people in here that
talk about nothing.
Talk about
or everything.
strange conspiracies and everything. And we're not experts. We have no idea what's going on. We can guess. We just have fun. Tonight's our kickback. We can smoke and drink coffee and.
Although I'm not
ourselves.
doing a very good job, we try to concentrate on the people in the chat.
Yeah, and you keep stopping and telling your stories.
I know, it's horrible. I need to learn how to talk and do this at the same time, I guess, but I start getting involved in my own story.
Oh, I got 13 in here.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Welcome.
Boy, night owl. I think most of these people are probably from other countries. And we got Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo.
We're picking up people from Australia.
And UK.
And
happy birthday for Saturday. Okay, growing old. Happy birthday.
Yep, happy birthday. Keep showing my other hand. It's off screen. I better start using this one. Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo. I must have missed you. I didn't say hi to you.
Hey, Jimbo. Who all shows on Saturdays? Saturday, Jessica Jones at 9 o'clock on Spaced Out Radio.
Yeah, Spaced Out Radio.
Saturday,
Texas Front Porch in the
Saturday afternoon. Texas Front Porch. I think Jason McLean Questions Everything is on Saturday.
Well, you never know about him. Him and Donnie or Donnie's show. Donnie Cho Says Everything. They pop on. Yeah, but they pop on different days true. Now. They don't really have a set day anymore. Whenever they feel like coming on. So we're going to try to stick to this time. Wednesdays, early Thursday mornings, depending on where you're at. I guess I should clarify that. If you're in Australia or UK, it might be the next day already.
Yeah, it is Thursday afternoon, probably in Australia. 16:22, which is 4.
Yep. So you just take the 12 and do the military time. War criminal.
2:23. It's 1:24.
Yep. So we're an hour difference from war.
We are in Central Time. 1:24.
So we're going to stick to Wednesdays, early Thursday mornings, 12:30 a.m. Central Time for us. And then obviously we haven't ever changed our Sundays. We're staying on Sundays. Yes. But we could change the time. I don't know if we need to come on that early anymore. We're on
6 o'clock?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people come on a little later than that. 6 o'clock seems like a pretty decent time. And this kind of works. You get home and we have a half an hour to get ready and we pop on at 12:30. And we may just pop on like a Saturday night. We don't know quite yet. We still want to do a fire pit and see if it actually picks up outside.
We're trying to stick to Sundays for our guests, but there could be a time if we have to reschedule somebody, we might reschedule them on a Saturday so we can keep our guests that is scheduled on a Sunday and not have to interfere or try to figure out to fit somebody in a schedule.
Well, we might have to have a guest on our midnight show because it would be there in Australia or UK. It would be morning.
Yeah.
For them. So once in a while, we may end up having a guest on this show.
Well, it worked out for Andy because
he was off work. Yeah. Because it was
Yeah.
midnight for him. Normally he'd be asleep.
Right.
So yeah, he's off all week. So that's the reason why Andy Decode was on.
And he just went to the Rendlesham Forest.
Don't ask me to pronounce
I am
that.
asking you.
No, I don't know how to pronounce it. Rembleshire? Something
No.
Rimbleton? Rimbleton's Rumpelstiltskin? He went somewhere. Yeah.
So he went there to the forest where the military there in the UK saw the UFO or the lights in the forest, and they investigated that. And him and a friend that he knows, they both went there and they spent the day there. So that's a pretty good show if you go to Andy Decodes and check that out.
There we go. Maggie says it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Rendlesham Forest. Thank you.
Rendlesham Forest.
I believe that was in the 90s. I think it was in the 90s.
Ooh, Daniel Boone. So, where exactly?
Daniel, Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yeah. So, is that close to LBL or different direction, or? I'm not sure where that is.
I used to watch Daniel Boone
Kentucky?
TV show.
Kentucky, Tennessee.
Rendlesham. Thank you, Penny.
Rendlesham, Kentucky.
Us
I still think
us backwards people here in Illinois don't know how to pronounce UK names.
well, we say Illinois when it's Illinois.
No, it's not Illinois.
It's Illinois. But why is there an S? Illinois.
Because it's an Indian.
Illini.
It's an Indian tribe name, and
I think
Illini. That's how we got the Fighting Illini for our college and mascots, coming from the tribes that were in Illinois. But there was a lot of tribes in Illinois, just not the Illini or the Illinoisans.
A lot of tribes.
And it's not even really the Illinoisans. There's another name for them, but
Central Eastern Kentucky.
there you go. I just remember them talking about, and I don't remember if it was Daniel Boone, the Valley of the Three Wolves, the Three Forks. I don't know. I can't remember now. It's been so long. Uh-oh, I forgot where I was.
Uh-oh.
There's Kentucky. We did that, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, like that. Remember, we were going through Arkansas, and Skylar came out and said, Arkansas?
Arkansas, yeah.
This is not Arkansas. It's Arkansas. Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of our school system.
Yeah. Illinois. The only reason why we're still here is because our kids are here and grandkids are here. And you're still working.
Yeah.
I don't
Thank you, Penny, for clearing that up.
I wouldn't want to pack up 5 goats and 50 plus chickens either.
You think coming from French ancestry that I would know that about that, but I don't.
Yeah, we are. How long did it take to get fireworks? 2 hours? Like an hour and a half to Rockford, 2 hours to finally get up into Wisconsin. And the first town we found with fireworks, we stopped.
Yep.
And came back home. About 2 hours from straight on up to get to Wisconsin. It's closer to get to Wisconsin than it is Chicago.
Hey, I'm finally at the bottom.
Yay! Congratulations. We're losing a couple. We're down to 9.
Yeah, they got bored with us. We're talking about.
Oh, they might be going to bed. It's late.
That's true. Could be.
It's late.
Maybe they're fact checking me. I don't know. It's hard telling. Some things, the dates and stuff might not be completely 100% accurate, but pretty close.
Quick typing.
Quick type something. Trying to get me behind already. All right. Love, peace.
Oh, we should do a spot.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Can you do them together and separate them? Do them together and separate them.
Double peace be with you.
Wisconsin, about 5-hour drive. Madison. Yep.
We don't do much traveling anymore since we started our farm.
Start our farm, and we spend too much time on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
watching everybody's shows and
Yeah.
doing our own shows. It doesn't leave us with much time to do anything else, especially that I'm still working.
You leave at 1 o'clock. I catch up with my watch later and watch shows that I really can't watch. So, and then by the time I catch up with some of those shows and real shows start, so then the rest of the night I'm watching shows and modding, and
I'm gonna have to put a timer on the internet when I leave, so we get stuff done around here.
that's about right. Yeah. Like, oh man, I got laundry to do.
It's about the equivalent of watching soap operas for our grandmas.
Yeah, nothing is done. All the soap operas back in the day. I could think there's only 1 or 2 still going.
So YouTube is a new soap opera for our generation.
Well, do I do any cryptid research? Sometimes I don't have to leave my backyard, but it's been really quiet the last 2 months. I'm not hearing much, and I know other people aren't seeing and sensing Sasquatch or anything. I think the heat has really gotten to them. I'm really kind of hoping here in a couple of weeks they'll start showing up. I've never seen one. I've just have heard weird things and sensed things and know something's watching me. But it's been really quiet for the last 2 months. But yeah, we don't really go out and investigate because of him working seconds, and then our weekends are so busy trying to get caught up around here and stuff too. And
I remember going to Grandma Adolson's house, and that's be on my mom's side. And boy, you had to be quiet when as the world turns and Days of Our Lives would come on. I mean, you had to behave.
All my children, General Hospital.
It was always Days of Our Lives and As the World Turns growing up for me when it's over there.
Yeah, Wisconsin's a breedy state.
I have never, let's see, let me make sure I'm right.
Yeah, we are alive. You better make sure you're right.
Yeah. I have only lived in Illinois.
Really? I guess you have, haven't you?
I've never lived outside of Illinois.
I lived in Florida for 6 months. Lived in Arizona for 1.5 years.
That tells you how.
And then back to Illinois.
Tells you how dumb I am to stay in this state my whole life.
Well, I finally left Illinois and decided I kind of missed the cornfields and moved back.
It is nice though when you travel and how fast the scenery sometimes changes, just going across from one county to the next, or even crossing the state line, and all of a sudden it's like
You cross the state line in America. Each state is so different. It's weird. Very strange.
Oh, Mesopotamian amulet.
Hmm.
Wow. Very cool. Almost moved out to Colorado.
You did.
Had a job lined up as a security patrol on the ski slope at Winters Park.
We would have never have met.
No, probably not.
Mm-mm.
I probably would have got out there, probably never would have came back, maybe. I don't know. Had my room and board and a summer job lined up, and the winter job I was going to be security on the slopes. Friend of mine that I worked with had a friend that was the head of security at the ski slope, and they were actually going to put me up. So I got going, and
what made you change your mind?
I just didn't want to leave family and friends.
Oh, the hay fever is going to kill me this year.
No, I don't know where I'm at.
August, September.
I lost my place already again. Field research, emojis.
You're caught up?
There it is. It's the amulet. So we'll start here, whether I already did it or not. Wow. Wow, Penny, you traveled around a little bit there.
Yeah, we went to Minneapolis, St. Paul, to Great America Mall or what is that? Grand Mall, American Mall. what the heck is that called? What is that giant mall called?
Mall of America.
There you go. I knew it all the time. Mall of America. Surprised our kids and said, "Hey, we're taking off." That was fun. Mall of America.
Impending disaster and canceled everything. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I had a feeling like that. I think I was just more, I would have been going out there by myself, starting a career. I had never skied. I've water skied, but I've never ever snow skied. And that was going to be part of my training while I was there, to learn how to snow ski to help rescue people on the slopes. And then I would be staying at a complete stranger's house, which I knew, I knew the man that knew them. So I figured I'd probably be pretty safe since he was the head of security and all that. But I mean, I wasn't even 21 yet.
This is right after your college? Or before?
Actually, yeah, it was
the
right.
nuclear plant? Before the nuclear
plant?
Yeah,
it was actually before I was an armed guard at the nuclear plant.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever told anybody on a show that I wasn't, for 3 years, I was at an armed guard at a nuclear plant. And obviously I had left after my father passed away to come back home.
Spend time with mom for a few years.
But shortly after I left, they made everybody federal employees, so they all got better benefits and better pay after I left.
Aww. So you did all right.
Yeah, everything worked out.
Then you went to Mitsubishi for 26 years.
Yeah, built cars on assembly line for 26 years.
Until they closed the only plant in America up. Oh, in England.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only place I left the U.S. was when my best friend got married, and we went to Florida to visit his sister. We stayed there for a couple of days, and we flew. We hopped on a little plane and flew to the Bahamas and spent the rest of the week there. Then we came back, but it rained most of the time we were there.
I've only gone to Mexico when I was a kid because Dad lived in Arizona and took us down to Mexico, I think twice, in my life. Wouldn't want to do it now.
Wanderlust. Yep. There's a YouTube channel where a gal is called the Wanderlust Hussy, I think. And she travels and finds all the hot springs around and all the weird stuff going on in around Las Vegas. She was there for a long time and tells all kinds of stories about the casinos and the entertainment acts. But her main thing is to travel and find natural hot springs.
Wow. Yep, things do happen for reasons. I believe in that. Yep.
Well, at the nuclear plant, I was just they went by military rank, so I was a private or just a regular guard, and we had sergeants, lieutenants, majors, all that in there. And for whatever reason, the lieutenant that was our safety commander that gave us our certifications every year, because we had to do a certification of the plant and all the protocols for the nuclear stuff since we were security. And he liked me and he was getting ready to retire. He goes, "How would you like to have my job?"
Oh.
And I said, "Well, yeah, it would be pretty nice." So he was going to retire and he was going to promote me to sergeant.
Wow.
And then as soon as he was going to train me as a sergeant, then before he left, he was going to promote me to a lieutenant and then take over his job. But of course, that didn't work out because my father passed away and I left. And so I never got that opportunity.
Yeah. But you happened for reasons. You needed to move back home and be with your mom for a while until she kind of adjusted, and then you moved on in your life.
Yeah. I've had several opportunities like that, though, and I never took them for some reason. I don't know. I guess I was afraid to make the jump or something. Of course, that one was because of my dad passing away, though. But I don't know if I would have took it, though. It sure sounded good to me, though. But and then I used to go to a small dentist.
Oh,
that he did everything. He was still the old time guy where he did the fillings, did removals and pulling teeth and all the way through dentures. And he did everything. He didn't send you to a specialist like they do now, or unless he absolutely had to, but he pretty much did it. And he offered me his dentist practice. He goes, "Let's get you into school." This is why I'm still working at Mitsubishi. I'm making good money in the auto industry for this area anyway. And I still had the young kids. My kids, I had to make child payments for, or child support. And it's like, how am I going to quit a good paying job, go to school while I'm there, and go to a dentist office and learn the trade with him? Because he was going to do the same thing. He says, "Well, I want to retire. You go to school. We'll work on each other's teeth so we won't have to worry about that. And then I'll retire and I'll just stay in the background as an advisor, but it'll be your business and you can just have it all lock, stock, and barrel."
Wow.
And really, I didn't even really know the guy that well. I mean, I'd been going there for a few years, but he was relatively a new dentist. He wasn't my family dentist or anything from growing up or anything. So my family didn't know him. I just happened to pick him out of the blue in a small town that I was living in or by. And so I could have been either a lieutenant and a armed guard for the nuclear plant, or I could have been a dentist. And
Or Mitsubishi.
yeah, I was supposed to be a state policeman. Then that fell through. I didn't follow through on that.
Now you're running a machine.
So I don't know. I don't know how my life would have turned out if I would have been a lieutenant in a nuclear power plant, or even if I would have took the offer of being a dentist. Oh, cool, Maggie.
Well, let's see. I started out working at a pizza restaurant, working in daycares. I was a preschool teacher, dog groomer. I ended up being a dog groomer and did things in a van and went to the people's homes and hooked up the water hose and electrical cords and did their animals inside the van. Let's see, waitress again. I worked in school cafeteria. I sold Tupperware. When I was a single mom, that's when I sold Tupperware and babysat full time so I could be a stay-home mom with my kids, and they weren't at a babysitter. So I was able to stay home with my kids and babysit other kids and sell Tupperware. Let's see, I cleaned a church. So I cleaned toilets and scrubbed floors and walls and did that for quite a while. That's what I was doing when we met.
Yep.
And then ended up that's when I started doing the school cafeteria and then the high school cafeteria, doing dishes and all kinds of stuff, and quit that and just finished raising our kids, homeschooled our youngest through high school because she wanted to be homeschooled, and I haven't done anything since. Oh, now I'm a chicken mom and a goat mom.
So if I would have stayed in the law enforcement field,
you would have been retired by now. Definitely.
From right after high school, I decided I was going to go into the state police. I don't know why. Just thought I wanted to do it. I guess. I don't know. But I rode around. I was in a program. I rode around with local police.
No, I remember that.
Really liked it. Was president of the Explorers for young youth get involved in police work. And then I went to the nuclear plant. And then I had a chance to go to Argonne National Laboratories from the nuclear plant, which was a federal installation where it was it was like a hadron collider, but it was a smaller version.
Oh wow! Glad you didn't go there.
So we would have had would have been a federal employee, and we would have carried M16s instead of the guns that we carried at the nuclear plant. And I already had an end. There's another one. I already had an end to the job. Somebody already was going to hire me, and all they had to do was fill out the application and pass the physical and the medical part, which I could do that easy back then. I mean, I was a young kid, but I didn't do it. I still got the application upstairs in the box somewhere. I never filled it out, never sent it in.
Oh wow!
It says Argonne National Laboratories right on it.
Wow.
Then what was the other one from there?
Yeah, you were at the pallet company for a while.
Well, that's when I came back home to be with Mom. I took the first job I could, and there was a friend of the family that made pallets for a big company for ship engines and stuff on, and product that they made. Never ever thought about going in the military, though. That never ever appealed to me. although I've had lots of family members, including my father, I served in World War II, and I've had cousins and nephews and all kinds of people in my life that was in the military, and I always respected the military and loved what they do for us and how they provide our freedom. But it was just never anything that I ever thought about doing. Almost became a professional baseball player.
Wow.
Didn't do that either, though.
I didn't know that. Boy, you didn't tell me that.
Well, I was a pitcher. I was a pitcher in high school, and I was throwing a 93-mile-an-hour fastball regularly, at least by the police radar that they were timing this with. I don't know if I'm assuming it was accurate for a baseball. I don't know, maybe not. And at the county fairs and the carnivals that we'd have, they had the old pitch thing, and I could throw it 96, 97 miles an hour by those radars. And the Pittsburgh Pirates was in Champaign, Illinois, having open tryouts. And I had my stuff all ready to go, and I was going to go try out, and I didn't go.
We've been together 19 years, and I'm just now hearing this. Wow. Yep. Oh, my.
I probably would have hated it. I mean, I loved baseball. I loved basketball. I loved playing it. Started, when I was a freshman, I started on the senior team, varsity team, and basketball, I started on my sophomore year on the varsity team. I played the junior. I played the junior team, starting off freshman, sophomore, but then I also dressed for varsity and got to start quite a bit on that and played.
Ever do track?
Yeah, I did track during grade school. I went to state and then a couple events, a couple individual events and a couple team events.
Man, all I did was high school was band and chorus, was in musicals, marching band.
No, I forgot where I left off. I was sitting here telling stories and forgot where I was.
I wasn't in the sports. I was in the music.
Oh, law enforcement. I think that's how I got started in all this storytelling. No, I don't know if I would have made the team or not. I mean, I can't really say I would be a professional baseball player. I feel I was good enough, but of course, when you're young and you're going out, who doesn't think you're good enough to do that? Then I went to college, junior college. I was going to do that before I go to full-term college. And I didn't even play baseball in college. I still played baseball at home, out in ball diamonds with everybody else, neighborhood kids and people I grew up with. We still got teams together and played, but I think I probably could have made it. I think I could have made the team. I don't know how long my career would have lasted in sports, though, because my arm was already hurting by that time. And every once in a while, when I throw something at somebody,
More.
my arm and my rotor cuff still kind of hurts.
So we're studied in police science also, like you.
Yep, I got a degree in criminal science.
No, that is police science. Criminal science or police science?
It's
same thing.
Yeah, it's we took criminal. I mean, we had to take the law classes too. We had to take law classes and criminal science, and
you had your private eye thingy for a while.
I still have it. Never goes away. I still have my gun, state of Illinois, private eye investigator license.
Oh,
Rounders.
That'd be fun.
I know of cricket.
We gotta have a guest on, some night owl. and all the different things. If they say they call it this, but we call it that.
Our first lab in police science or criminal law, whatever. I went in the lab and they showed us a slide presentation of cadavers and people that had been murder scenes, and to see how your stomach was for handling this, and said, this is nothing. Wait till you get out in the field and actually experience this.
How'd you do?
I did fine.
You did fine?
Yeah. I mean, by that time, we'd already spent my whole life hunting and killing stuff and skinning them, and then going out, on, I helped with the volunteer fire department ambulance too for a while. So I went out. I wasn't officially a part of the team, but I was there a lot, being involved in the police department, and saw some stuff. Nothing real bad, but enough to make you a little queasy. But I was fine. Rounders, same kind of thing. Bases, sticks, wacko. TV band. Would that be equivalent of like the New York kids playing stickball in the streets? Maggie, if you know what that reference is. So yeah, I mean, I guess I've done a lot, or should have done a lot, but.
No, I feel like I accomplished quite a bit. But then when I had kids, my main focus was pretty much on the kids and the family. Now it's just us and animals.
What I really wanted to do, though.
Oh no, here we go.
I didn't want to be a doctor, but I did at one point want to be a lawyer.
Oh.
But I think that's how I went from, spending all the time in law school and spending the money, which I would have had to probably got student loans or had my parents help me out. And so I chose not to do that because of the cost and the burden, and went to the law enforcement side compared to the legal side.
So you ended up building cars most of your life?
So I didn't do anything close to what I wanted to do.
Building cars, and now you're running a giant computer machine or whatever that thing is you're doing at work.
Yep.
That you load up, and then you're free to be on your phone and be in YouTube chats while you're at work.
Well, I hate to say it. Then
really, you got to get off and go back and load it up again. Then you're on YouTube.
Other than when things really go bad and it misbehaves and does stuff you don't want it to, break down and all that fun stuff or whatever.
Got to give it a spank.
I literally, and I hate to say this, it's bad. I literally spend probably 20 minutes at the most
loading it
out of an hour of work. Actually working.
Then you're just standing there. No wonder you're in all these YouTube chats. And
yeah, they kind of frown on that though. They don't really like that, but
you're on second shift. I don't think you'd be able to do that on first.
So yeah, I mean it is technical work and manual work at the same time. And once you get the hang of it, it's kind of like everything else. You kind of know what to do when certain things happen or go wrong. Not really wrong, but unexpected things happen. Whether in my machine, we machine metal, steel, and parts for I'm not going to say what industry or anything, but so we refine metal, and it's a computer controlled big giant $1 million machine, and they let us yahoos run it. But anyway, it'll break tools, it'll mess up parts, stuff happens. So you got to know how to fix it, how to get it back to running, how to do computer programmings, how to make adjustments to make that computerized machine to do what you want it to do. Now it's all set up when we get there. It was already programmed, it was already done, but you have to learn the programming, you have to learn all the features on the parts and inspect it and make sure it's right and mass produce that over and over. You're not doing it, the machine's doing it, but you got to know basically how to do it manually too.
And our goal is to retire eventually.
No, it's not a die cutter, it's a mill machine. It's a, let me see, it's a three-axis CNC machine. So basically the fixture that you load your metal in, your blanks, there could be square blanks, but mine happen to be round. And then that can turn sideways like this and spin around. And then the head that comes in can come in and go up and down, side to side. So you can turn this part, and this can go side to side, up and down. This can go that way and go up and down. So it can do basically a 3D carve. Like if you're going to carve a piece of wood or a sculpture or whatever, you could do it in 3D, and it's made out of metal. And we have drills. We have stuff that grinds the metal around the top. We have other tools that makes it smooth and nice and shiny. We have drills that'll go in and make the ports and stuff, for our part. And
why are we yelling at each other in chat?
I don't know, are we?
Yeah.
I don't know. I missed out on something. They're probably getting bored of me talking about.
No, they're hollering and yelling. And hi, Sage. Welcome to our chat.
Did I miss somebody? Or
yes.
I haven't got there yet?
You just got there, Sage. Sage Outcast?
Oh. Welcome.
We're just talking about anything and everything and just hanging out with chat and hanging out with people, whoever's awake this time of night. Some people it is morning, afternoon. For us, it's what does that say? 2:04?
2:04 a.m.
2 o'clock in the
Central
morning.
Time. So yeah, it's a cool job. It's neat. Sometimes I'm sit there and watch the program run by on the computer, and it's amazing how much program language that you pick up, even though you're not even trying. All of a sudden, what a G40 and M60 and what this line says and what the computer's doing. So you stare at it day after day and you start putting 2 to 2 together, and pretty soon you know programming. This plant is next to Mitsubishi. The automotive plant that I worked at was really, really clean. And of course, I was in an assembly area, which was, we put the interiors, the carpets, the roof, the seat belts, the dash, and all that stuff in on my line. So it was really, really clean. And we had to be really, really clean. You know, you couldn't have dirty marks on carpet or upholstery or any of that stuff. So it was a really, really clean plant. We had to keep the floors clean, mopped really well, along with building the cars as it goes down the line.
I wonder how clean it is now, being the
new place, I don't know.
Yeah, electric car or whatever that place is.
It's now probably dirtier than we were being. No, I don't know. It's probably really clean there. I'm sure they have clean rooms and stuff like we did too. But the place I'm working now for working in metal, yeah, there's some metal shavings and stuff that gets out on the floor, but you know, we keep it really clean. We keep our floors mopped. They're painted floors, and the machines are really nice, and it's actually a really nice environment.
Good night, Penny Van. Thank you so much for being here.
Love you.
You're in our prayers.
So that's, I don't know, that's about enough of my life for now. What do you guys want to talk about? We got a while longer to go if you want to keep talking about stuff. I mean, we can keep talking about just anything unless there's specific subjects you guys might want to bring up. Or tell us about what you guys do.
Southern thing. Oh, okay. She's not leaving. She's just going to lay down.
Oh, okay.
She's still here.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit longer, and then we'll got to get to bed here pretty soon. He does still have to work tomorrow, even though he still sleep till mid to late morning.
I could, but I probably won't. I'll probably get up normal time.
You usually fall asleep right away. It takes me a couple hours, so that's why you get up a few hours before me, and I'm in my dead zone, like 5 until noon.
5 until noon?
Yeah. Well, sometimes earlier. Depends on when I actually fall asleep. I have a hard time falling asleep. Last night the dog was snoring funny. Oh my gosh. At first, I mean, it wasn't a normal snore. I was saying, what is that noise? And then it being the dog.
So what do you guys got on your mind? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, my coffee's cold.
Oh,
I do need to bring that coffee pot down here and just have a pot of coffee next.
I think that would be a mistake.
Microwave so I can heat it up.
That would probably be, that'd probably interfere with stuff, having a microwave.
Yeah, I know.
So tell us this, has our picture froze or glitched at all tonight at all? Anybody notice?
Yeah, because we usually don't notice it watching. You take a 5-minute break and warm it up. Yeah, I might have to. Yeah, a lot of times we don't know if we glitch or freeze up until watching it back sometimes.
You can bring me a soda if you go warm it up.
I need a soda.
I drank all my tea. What do you guys say in your area? You say soda pop? We used to say it both ways here when I was growing up. We used to call it soda pop, call it soda. Yeah, we bought once we knew we were going to do this full time, or go, not full time, but have a show regularly, we upgraded our camera because we had a tablet starting out, and the tablet started glitching for whatever reason. We couldn't ever really figure it out. So I was just curious if we're still glitchy or looking good or. Thank you guys for letting me know that we're clear. Penny soda. Yeah, we called it soda and soda pop, but depending on how far north you got in Illinois, it started changing, or how far south. But I used both terms growing up: soda, soda pop, sody. They used to call it sody instead of soda. Sody. Give me a sody. Yeah, when we went our first trip down south to Louisiana, when we'd stop in restaurants, they'd ask us what we want to drink, and we would say Coke. And if they did, if they knew we were Northerners, they probably knew we wanted a Pepsi or Coke. But Coke is a general term down south for just any kind of soda or pop. Same thing with iced tea. There's really weird down there. People would give you strange looks when you say, you wanted sweet tea or, or it's like, well, it's all sweet tea, honey. That's what the waitress would tell us. Then there was a big thing about whether it was iced or uniced.
What are we talking about?
Still talking about pop and
Sody pop.
Then when we went down south to Louisiana on our first few trips, and we would want a soda or a Pepsi, and they use Coke for everything as far as get like a Coke. Well, what kind of Coke, honey?
Well, what got me is I asked for an iced tea, and they all started laughing at me. And I went, "We call it iced tea," and they went, "You don't call it iced tea down here. We call it sweet tea. It always has ice in it." And I'm going, "Okay."
I was just trying to say that to them, and
pecan praline.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, we had an argument with a couple ladies that it's not pecan, it's pecan. No, it's pecan. No, it's pecan. Okay. It doesn't matter. Tomato. It doesn't matter. That woman was getting irate at that one house.
Yeah, it was quite a heated subject. I don't know why it got so heated. It was just a simple word, or whether it's tomato. I mean, who cares?
Pecan.
Just tell me how you want me to say it, and that's how I'll say it the rest of the night. I don't really care. I don't have to have one term or the other, just as long as you understand what I'm saying.
And there was another one too, and I don't remember what. Oh, caramel and caramel.
Yeah. That was another
We got on the subject of caramel and caramel. Well, what do you say? And I mean, what we say, caramel. It's not caramel, it's caramel. Going, okay. Eat off your own plate, lady.
Calling it all Coke. Yep.
Soda pop. Soda pop. Cola.
That's what I said. We used to do. I never said cola, but yeah, we did do cola. But not as much as soda or soda pop. But we did say sody. I was saying we used to say sody too.
I think we said soda. I don't think we said soda pop.
But it depends on who you hung around with, because some of the kids that I grew up with, they were from other states, so they would say it different than we would say it different along with them. But But if we were from people that were just naturally born here, we'd all say soda or soda pop.
But to get in an argument about it and tell the person they're saying it wrong, it's just like, okay, then you're telling me I live in the wrong part of the country.
I mean, I could really care less what
I
you call
know.
it.
She just got irate. I thought she was going to have a conniption fit. I just about ready to leave, going, okay, lady. We just got home from church and you're attacking people for saying pecan wrong. Caramel. It's, a lot of it, I think, is lazy American. We just say it quick and easy.
It is weird though. The further south you go, depending on where you're at, the sweeter the tea gets.
Up here, a lot of it, it's unsweet tea. I do unsweet sun tea.
And I don't really like unsweet tea, but I mean, I grew up on sugar.
All right, I grew up on sugar.
We
and
had
I like my coffee black too.
We
I
had
like
a bottle of Pepsi or a glass bottle, obviously, of Pepsi or RC on the counter.
8-pack.
Well,
8-pack.
We had the packs in the little cartons, you know, the little carry cartons that were cardboard. But we didn't always put our soda in the refrigerator.
They say it's better for you warm anyway.
So we would literally have a bottle of RC or Pepsi or whichever mom and dad bought, you know. Usually it was Pepsi, but a lot of times they'd buy RC because it was cheaper. And I mean, even today I really like the RC taste, but it had the old little, almost like the old jars and canisters that had the clip lid on it. We had those fizz savers, they called them, where you put it on the bottle and you clip it down and it would hold the seal against the top of the bottle, so you wouldn't lose your carbonation. But that would be on the counter.
I remember those caps. Yeah. Little rubber caps and
So there was always a bottle of soda available. Whoops, I skipped way down.
Yeah, where are you?
I missed some people.
Where
I don't know.
are you? Attack squirrels?
Calling in the attack. I must have missed something again.
I haven't seen a whole lot of squirrels. There's a few squirrels, but my God, we got bunny galore. I had a bunny about 5 feet away from me, just laying, looking at me today. There's bunnies all over the place.
Wagga is
Wagga.
Oh, never heard of that.
Wagga. Then I saw something about poop.
You saw something about poop?
Yeah, where did it go? There it is. Go down 3.
I will, but I'm trying not to skip over anybody on purpose.
Yeah, there's attack squirrels, and then they talk about poop. What are you guys doing in our chat tonight?
I don't know.
Yeah, at least they're having fun too.
Finding bottles.
Yeah.
And some places paid you more than was what was marked on the bottle. That's what was funny. Yeah, we collected bottles all the time as kids, and then California and the other states started doing cans. They could turn in cans, and they started slowly doing that here, but that didn't really catch on very well here for turning in cans. Until now, you know, you got recycling and you get paid for bringing in aluminum or whatever. But when we were kids, it was always the bottles. And there was nothing like a hot day and going down to the gas station and getting a ice cold Pepsi or Mountain Dew or whatever you liked straight out of that machine.
Did we have Mountain Dew when we were kids, or was it just high school? I think, or did Mountain Dew come out in high school? I don't recall Mountain Dew when I was little. It was 7-Up and ginger ale.
Well, we had strictly,
I don't think Mountain Dew came out until I was in high school.
Like in the automotive shops and stuff, you know, where they had open the door and you pull the bottle out or whatever. Those were all Coke machines. We didn't, back when I was growing up, we didn't have the Pepsi ones until later. Like the gas stations had the Pepsi machines or Coke machines, but usually they had one or the other. And the Standard station downtown had it. And I remember it would have been in the late 70s. They had Mountain Dew.
Well, that's what I mean. Bottle. Late 70s when I was in high school.
Yeah, so they had Mountain Dew.
So I think that's when it came out. It was in the 70s, not when I was in the 60s when I was a kid. I don't remember Mountain Dew when I was a young child. Oh, yeah, straight coffee. It's got to be black.
I hated that.
Black.
We'd go out duck hunting when I was a kid, and Dad would have a thermos of coffee, and it would
be black.
It would be black. But I grew up being a little kid, being over at Grandma Adelson's again, soap operas. She would make my coffee. She'd let me have coffee with her because they always had a pot of black coffee on the stove, and she would get me a little cup, but it would be tons of cream and sugar. It'd be liquid candy, basically.
I started out cream and sugar and just kind of slowly got away from it, and I like my black coffee.
So, surprise to me, going out duck hunting with Dad as a kid, freezing my butt off, and here, drink this coffee to stay warm, and it was the most horriblest stuff I ever tasted in my life.
Do you know one, Eddie?
No.
It's Hawaiian.
I don't care what it is.
It's flavored.
Could be pecan as far as I care.
Yeah. Pecan coffee.
So yeah, growing up drinking liquid candy, going straight to one day out of the blue, having nothing in it but just coffee. Like, oh, this ain't coffee. This is horrible.
Now it's Monster drinks, energy drinks.
Never had one.
I don't think I've ever had a Monster. I tasted the kids a couple times. I went, ew.
I've never tasted it. I don't even know what a Monster or 5 Hour Energy or any of that stuff even tastes like.
Crazy. Oh, gingerbread latte. I do like some lattes and stuff. Yep. I do like hot chocolate.
I don't even know what a Starbucks tastes like. I've never even had Starbucks. I don't think I didn't know what.
I'm not impressed with some of that, and they were too expensive.
I think the only time as an adult, I wasn't an adult when we went duck hunting. I was a kid. Went duck hunting other times, but as an adult, I don't think I've ever had coffee other than over at Aunt Arlene's.
Well, since we were married, you've never had coffee since we've been together 19 years. You're not a coffee person. You wake up and crack open your soda pop.
Not anymore. I drink tea.
Oh, you wake up and drink tea? Okay. I just think Starbucks is too expensive, and I just wasn't impressed with a lot of it.
Now the kids always had Starbucks. They like Starbucks, and
3 hours.
You had Starbucks with them
I've had Starbucks once in a while, yeah.
But
or the pumpkin latte and stuff like that. 3 hours away. I mean, there's Starbucks all over the place.
I understand, that caramel drinks and chocolate drinks and cinnamon and all that stuff sounds appealing, but I just never.
Oh, peppermint latte. Oh, yeah, peppermint. That's what I would get. Yeah, I did like the peppermint latte. Yep.
But growing up, and I'm sure same with everybody in chat, growing up, they always had coffee, when we had birthday parties, anniversaries, funerals, whenever anybody came over to your house that, like, wasn't even really a special guest. It's just like if mom and dad was going to have friends over or family or whatever, there was always coffee. Same at grandma's. Same if we went to somebody else's house. Same if we went to our aunt's house.
I don't know if mom ever had a coffee pot plug-in maker thingy. She did.
Then they used to have coffee. Then they had the Folgers crystals.
Yeah, mom liked her instant. So I started off with instant because that's all mom had. I moved out. First thing I did was go buy a Mr. Coffee Maker.
We always had
Oh, instant is.
we always had the grounds. They were the Folgers. Once in a while, somebody would have Maxwell House, but it was always Folgers.
Look who woke up. Hi, country boy. Hi, Chris. Kind of late. Everybody's
Country
waking up.
Boy Explorer.
You keep changing your name.
Yeah, I thought it was. What was it last time?
Yeah.
Country Boy.
Is this a different country boy?
Yeah, I don't
or-
think this is CBC.
Okay, hey, what? It's not country, but was conversation, country boy conversation.
Yeah, this is something.
This is a different country boy. Hi, country boy. If this is not Chris, the regular country boy.
Yeah, we didn't really, we haven't talked other than the beginning of the show. We kind of talked about the Philadelphia experiment, was kind of going into the sci-fi woo factor, but then now we're just talking about anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of got away from.
Well, if you're outside, make sure you keep looking up because there's all kinds of activity going on up there. Most of it, of course, we can't see unless you have night vision. But man, I turn on that night vision and there's things moving around up there. It's just crazy. Huh?
Me driving home, our grasshoppers don't commit suicide. It's usually big giant moss.
And then what are those
Once in a while, a
Did you see
lightning
those
bug.
Maybug things or whatever?
I have not seen no mayflies or anything this
that
year.
they live for like what 24 hours or something like that, and they're all over the street lights.
I have not seen any this year at all.
I don't even know about last year. Whoa, Mandala. They went to the different timeline because that's right. We go to ball games with the kids, and those bugs would be all over the place. Interesting. I'm Country Boy Explorer. I've never had any other name. Your name is Johnny. Hello, Johnny. We know another country boy, but it's Country Boy.
The other guy was Country
Cryptid.
Boy Cryptid, then went to Country Boy
Conversation
to keep the CBC name. So when we saw Country Boy, we thought,
oh, he changed his name again?
We thought he changed his name again.
Well, hi,
Sorry.
Johnny. Welcome. Well, maybe the other country boy will pop in. We'll have two country boys. Yeah, war criminal going. Is war going to bed? Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. Good night, War. We love you. Thank you for joining. We'll catch you in probably 4 or 5 chats tomorrow.
If I wake up tomorrow.
You'll wake up. Well, you going to keep on sleeping and miss work?
I'd be so lucky.
Look up bagong moth. Is that kind of like our
bagong moth?
Is that kind of like our Luna moths? Those are pretty big. I haven't seen one of those yet this year.
The Luna moth is the biggest one that I know of it for us, but I don't ever see them no more.
Very rarely.
You used to see them once in a while of kids and sphinx moths.
Mm-hmm.
And those were pretty. Those, they had pink and
we don't have a whole lot of moths or butterflies. The butterflies are really slim this year.
I forgot what she said.
Begong.
Bogong.
Bogong. Bogong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That looks similar to moths that we get.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I still have my
Oh, yeah, you got a moth collection.
Bug and moth and insect collection from 8th grade upstairs that I probably should get some new mothballs for. Most of them are probably ate up. But I had a person that lived diagonal from my mom and dad's back. My mom and dad's backyard was 1.5 acres. So there was like 6 houses down the back of my mom and dad's backyard. And I'm going to say old guy, but the older gentleman and wife that lived in the big white house, 2-story house that's connected to my mom and dad's backyard. Unbeknownst to me, my dad knew, obviously, and sent me over there. And he was not a scientist necessarily, but a person that goes out in the field and collects insects and studies them. And he actually has insects all around the world.
Oh, wow.
They were in his house, not live, but they were mounted and not taxidermy, but I can't remember what the word for it is, but there's a word for it.
Yeah.
So he helped me learn how to identify insects and tag them scientifically when you put the little pins and the names and stuff on them, and how to stick the pin in them in the right place so they'll stay up, and how to spread their wings and stuff out and legs so they'll be on display really nice. So obviously I got an A+ because I had a world renowned in our small little town that I didn't know was there. And he gave me some mounting boards for different size insects. So the center, they were at an angle, so you can mount the wings at an angle. And then you had a slit down the middle, so their little thorax or bodies and legs would fit in there. Well, you had to have different sizes depending on how big or how small the bugs are. So he gave me 3 mounting boards for different size moths and butterflies and stuff like that. He gave me some of his homemade boxes that had lids that you can take off and put back on, and they had cork inside for the pins. And then he gave me a copy of his book, and I did not know he was an author, but he has a scientific book, and He was in field magazines for scientific studies and articles, just like medicine.
And he lived in this tiny little town?
Yes, he did. I did not know it until 8th grade.
Wow. No, Country Boy is from Amber's Paraworld. They were friends with Amber. Amber was on our show, and that's probably where I've seen him before too.
I felt kind of bad though later growing up. I still have all this stuff, and his widow called. Somehow she got a hold of my number. I still lived in Henry or whatever, but I wasn't at my mom and dad's obviously anymore, and she wanted them back. I said, well, is this the only ones that you have? She goes, no, we have others. And I says, well, I really don't want to give them up because it's kind of special to me that he taught me and gave them to me. I mean, it's been 30 years. So,
Amber was in there earlier?
I didn't see Amber.
I didn't see Amber. I hope she would.
I feel bad if we didn't say hi to people.
I didn't see her in chat anywhere.
So she wanted the mounting boards and the box, and she even wanted the book back, which I don't understand. I mean, if it would have been nothing else left, because they wanted to make a museum exhibit, is what she said. And but she had other boards and stuff that was his at the house. They had.
Look who's here. But I didn't see her pop in earlier.
Hi, Amber. We thought we missed you.
Yeah, I didn't see her in the chat anywhere. I thought you were scrolling through. Hi, Amber. We love you. There she is.
So the lady, when I mowed their grass as a kid, that fed me grilled cheeses and tomato soup, which I don't like tomato soup, but I ate it anyway. Because that was the polite thing to do when we were kids. You you weren't so picky when you were at somebody else's place. But she made me feel bad that, but I didn't want to give them up. And long story short, I didn't give them up. She said that she could use the personal ones that she had at the house still to make the exhibit. I mean, he had stacks of them.
Wow.
When I was a kid, he had literal stacks and stacks of them. So that's why he gave me old ones that were.
Do you know what museum or where they're at now?
He has, there's some in a Peoria museum, or there was.
Okay.
And then Springfield Museum. And then I believe his big collection of butterflies is like, some of them are at the Smithsonian, some of them are in like a New York museum. His actual collections were split up. And
wow, cool. I can't sleep. I'm trying to refrain from no shopping in the middle of the night. You'll order things that you won't remember, and they show up at your door, and you go, "Did I order that?" Oh,
shopping late at night is the best time to do it, when all the if you got cable TV or whatever, and all the info ads come on. I've ordered stuff from TV.
What's Temu?
The Chinese company. It's like Amazon.
Oh.
But it's real. I mean, it's really cheap. I mean, stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it's like something we'd pay, say, $20 for. It'd be like
$5,
$2 or $3.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
But supposedly Temu and
I never heard of Temu.
The other place out of Saudi Arabia over in the Middle East, they're really bad at collecting your data and stuff. So I don't know.
Be careful out there.
Yeah, I see the ads for Temu, or I don't know how you pronounce it.
I'm going to get on Facebook, and there's probably going to be ads.
You'll have it. I get them all the time.
Oh, goody.
Haven't ordered.
I remember Wish.
Yeah, Wish is still around.
It is still around? Okay. Yeah, I wonder how long it does take.
It's weird. I don't know about Temu, but stuff I order off of eBay that I know is a Chinese company, a lot of times they'll have warehouses.
Yeah, here in the U.S.
So it takes just like, 3 to 5 days or whatever, like normal stuff. And then other times it's like it's coming on a slow boat from China,
Slow boat? Slow boat from China.
But a lot of times, if you look into the shipping on the ads and stuff, it'll tell you whether it's actually shipping from the U.S. So that means a Chinese company's already shipped it over here in mass quantity and has it in a warehouse somewhere ready to ship out to us.
Yeah, we've ordered stuff on eBay, Etsy, and eBay. It takes 2 weeks. That's about right. A few things that we bought on eBay, those from China and stuff, would take a while.
Our flashlight took longer than that, though.
The laser light? Or that
flashlight. The bright light that we bought.
That's right.
The real good one.
Yeah. And then that laser light came from somewhere over there also, and it took quite a while.
It's because it is coming from us, so I know.
Yeah.
Then God forbid that the shipping ports, the unions are on strike, and then the ships all got to sit out in the bay forever, while your product is sitting on that ship out there, you can't get it.
It's about right. It took a month for a singing bowl. Wow. Yeah, because even some of the singing bowls I got, they took a little while, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was like 2 weeks.
Depends on where we ordered them.
Now, my Native American flutes, they're made homemade. They took about 6-7 weeks to get.
Oh yeah. Well, we have that shop that we went to in a bigger town that was products from all around the world, whether it was musical clothing, and they were all made by artisans.
That import place?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like an A1 import. This was like a world store. I can't remember what the name of it was, but they were all.
I got some of my drums there, and
they were all artisans from each country, and the money goes back to them.
Yeah, I got some of my musical instruments and stuff from that store. Mm-hmm.
It's 2:41. I thought we weren't even at 2:30 yet.
What? 2:41?
Yeah.
Amber, we need to talk behind scenes. I have extra ones that I was selling a few years ago and I still have available. So we will talk through Messenger. Wink, wink. Okay. Yeah, some of them can be very expensive. They have doubled in price since I was actually getting them for 5-6 years ago, something like that. I was getting sets and they are over double now. So I will give you a deal on my cost, not what I was selling them for.
So I think she just winked at you.
She winked at me. Oh, okay. Yeah, we will talk behind scenes in Messenger. I can help you out. I helped out someone else in our community just recently. I'm more popular now. People know who I am. I guess that is true.
Who's more popular?
I guess I'm a little more popular now.
Is that what that says?
I think. Is it because
singing bowls.
You're more popular now?
I think it says they are more popular now. I don't know.
Yep. Sets are very expensive now. I mean, like I said several years ago, it was a seven bowl set. It was like $350. Now it's like almost $800 for that exact same set. So I'm glad I got some of those sets back in the day, and then I was selling them for a while.
And that's the 7 metal sets, not the crystal bowl.
I don't have one crystal singing bowl. Mine are all 7 metal. Hand hammered 7 metal. And I've got teeny tiny itty bitty little ones all the way to big ones.
Tibetan.
Well, some of them they're either called Himalayan, Tibetan, Nepal. They're from Nepal. And if singing bowls in a shop is more expensive too, because you're paying their price, you're not paying the cost. So I got a few decent ones on Amazon. There's a couple sucky ones.
Not to get political, but not only because of the pandemic, but because of the current administration decisions, everything is skyrocketing.
Yeah. So she's got 4 crystal singing bowls. Yeah, they can be well made, but they do break. And I have heard stories from a crystal shop owner that they got it going, and it was a good size crystal singing bowl down in their basement, and they got it going, and it was ringing really nice, and that baby cracked. So, and she kind of forewarned people on that.
She wants to know if you know frequencies.
Yes, I do know frequencies, and all singing, if they're now crystal singing bowls, you can probably have the exact frequency, but the metal ones, they can be just slightly off.
But you can tune them.
Yeah, you can tune them with water and change the frequency.
You can tune them. You can tune them the more you play them, And by like we did to your bowl,
Right, you
we
can
took,
add a little more water and change
no,
the.
we took sandpaper and actually smoothed out the edges and took some of the metal off, and it changes the tone. It changes the,
Slightly, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, there is a way. There is ways of tuning them.
And there's free apps out there, you know, like tuning apps that will actually show you the hertz when you play the singing bowl with the app on your phone. It will tell you exactly what hertz it is.
Yeah, gas here went up 20 cents the other day in this overnight for whatever reason.
Oh, it may be metal prices. Yeah. The metal prices actually have gone up.
So we were already, you know, from having pretty cheap gas during certain years
Yeah, it was around
here, and
round two.
then getting to a new administration, everything started going up, and their constant assault on petroleum products, you know, trying to get rid of them, and, you know, gas and everything else is going up. So yeah, it jumped 20 cents the other day. Not,
Oh wow.
and it was already high enough as it was, and
And yes, a guitar tuning app. Some of them actually show the frequency. And I know some guitar players tune their guitar down the 440 down to the 432. So that I got too many singing bowls. I never have gone through and actually got a little sticky thingy and wrote down all the hertz. Yep. So yeah, I would suggest, you know, to be careful on prices. And I mean, I went to one little shop and I could not believe the prices they were asking for. And that's when I was selling them. And I went, okay, my singing bowls are a lot cheaper than that. I was giving people some darn good deals. Actually, the largest one is like 11, almost 12-inch. And I was selling them for 180. And now I'm seeing them like 500, 600.
yeah, we have actual the guitar tuners themselves, but we also use the apps on our phones.
Yeah, I think I don't think any of my guitar tuners themselves show hertz. So when we were playing around with the hertz, that was from an app.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
well, the other
We were trying to find a 432 if all my singing
The
bowls, and
other,
I was close, but I don't have one exactly.
some, I mean, just like she's saying though, some of the, I remember when I first started playing guitar, a lot of the tuners showed not only well, there was a C or an A or whatever, but it also showed the actual frequency.
Uh-oh.
Dead?
Battery's dead.
Huh.
Oh, no, there it is. Hello. 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 Oh, dead. What are you?
Growing old with purpose said she might be interested in some.
Okay. Do you have a Facebook by chance? If not, Midwest Night Watchers at gmail.com, and we can talk back and forth.
I don't know what the name of the app is.
No, I'm not sure. There's a few.
There's so many
apps.
of them out there.
And I got my singing bowls little by little and buying them at shops, you know, buying 1, 2 at a time. Then I started getting some sets on Amazon. Then I sold them and ordered more sets and sold a couple itty bitty little ones.
What did we pay for cereal? Well, cereal boxes though. There wasn't even the big cereal box. It was a small cereal box. She paid $8 for a box of cereal.
Whoa! Well, I got that big box of Captain Crunch the other day. What did we pay? I really don't know. That's ridiculous.
Growing old with purpose. So I've already been talking
Okay.
to him. So
All right. I hope you're in the U.S. because shipping out of U.S. would probably be very expensive. Even mail is expensive right now. Goodness sakes. Well, the little singing bowl I shipped out a week and a half ago was $13.
Yeah.
And that was in the next state. So yeah, it's expensive just to ship.
Yeah, there's lots of apps. There's lots of free ones, and I think the ones that we got were free, but they wanted you to upgrade to pay for the one with more features. But we just needed something just to show what the hertz was.
I probably don't even have that anymore because that was my old phone. I probably needed to get rid of it because it was running out of space and this and that.
I know, no toys anymore.
She's not that far away from me. Really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what we paid for our cereal the other day when we went shopping.
Well, speaking of cereal, we have our youngest daughter lives in Canada and she can't find certain things up there. So at Christmas time, when I raised my kids, I put Kix in party mix. And the kids, they love the Kix better than the Chex Mix. My daughter can't find Kix, and she went on the Canada Amazon, and it was like $90 a box, and that wasn't even shipping. So we go every year and we get Gardettos and cheddar flavored pretzels and her Kix cereal and send it to her.
Night, Amber.
Good night, Amber. We'll talk to you later. It will cost us like $80 to send a box of snacks and stuff to Canada at Christmas time because she can't find certain cereal.
But we put other stuff in the box
Yeah,
too.
we do.
Though.
Now, like Gardettos and snacks and things.
So we fill the box up, but it's not horribly heavy, but it costs more to ship than what we do actually buying the product to get it to her.
So yeah, everything is getting so expensive. It's ridiculous. Well,
I think we are going to call it a night ourselves.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 a.m. here.
Wow. Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock.
And we started at 12:30.
Yeah. Well, it does show you. Yeah, 2 hours and 23 minutes. How did that go by so fast?
I don't know.
2 hours and 23 minutes.
I hope everybody else had as much fun as we did because I enjoyed talking to everybody tonight, even though we didn't really get on a specific subject, but I still liked everything we talked about.
Oh, yeah. Canada is, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous sending stuff to our daughter.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, Maggie.
Thank you.
During your afternoon to evening.
Yeah, we're going to sign off here in a few minutes. We'll probably stay on until the even hour, but please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you guys, anybody's new in here, or if everybody else, obviously, if you found us, you probably already have subscribed to us because, like I said, we're trying to get to the 400 mark.
Yeah, we're almost at the 400. We're like at 383, something like that.
So if you can share a video or tell somebody about us and see if we can't get this community growing, and we'll have more shows coming up every week. And we have our Sunday show coming up, and Danielle Diva will be on our Sunday show.
Yep, that's going to be fun. We're going to talk about Canadian cryptids and stories and stuff. And if by chance you don't know about my channel, which is Chi-Rho Sounds, I did make 2 videos today and I uploaded on my channel. So if you're not subscribed to me, hey, head over there to Chi-Rho Sounds if you like musical instruments. So I don't talk about cryptids things. I've got singing bowls, handpan, drums, flutes, and all kinds of crazy instruments. Oh, thank you.
So head on over to Chi-Rho's and see her frequency and vibrational instruments and guitars and keyboards and drums. And
I haven't been down in the basement in my studio in a while. I've been kind of taking advantage of outside and with flowers, the hummingbirds going crazy.
Tell them about your video you just did with the
today
spouting
I did,
bowl. And
the other day we were on Blondes and Booze, and Brandy asked me about this type of bowl that spouts water, and I went, oh, I think I know what you're talking about. So I have one and showed it to her, and she said, yeah, it's a Chinese spouting bowl, and it's got 2 sides. Oops, there's the camera. That are 2 rods that you rub
the handles.
Yeah, basically. For the handles that you rub friction on, and it makes the whole bowl vibrate, and it just shoots water.
It starts dancing. And
yep. So I told Brandy, and you know what? I just was thinking about getting that out and doing a video. So she reminded me, and I went out and did a video of the spouting water. And I've been working on this rhythm on my handpan for the last few months, and I kept changing it and doing different things. And I finally kind of decided on the basic rhythm, and finally got my handpan out in the backyard and uploaded a new handpan video.
And it's pretty relaxing music with the handpan, and you can hear the insects outside, the bugs
and the birds, and the hummingbirds were fighting in the background. Once in a while you can hear a chicken go "Quack." So yeah, I've got strange background sounds. So
if you can, please subscribe to our channels, whether it's Jane's channel or Midwest Night Watchers, if you haven't already, and make sure the notification bell's turned on, because a lot of people have been saying that YouTube, or however it happens, that they're all of a sudden they're not getting notifications anymore, or they're unsubscribed altogether from channels that they used to be subscribed to.
Oh, I've checked my bells and they're still black, but some people, I am not getting their 30-minute notification.
No, a lot of times I'll get a notification of a channel I've been watching for a long time, and this show has already started. Then all of a sudden it pops up.
Darn YouTube.
Then if you would like to get a hold of us, it's midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com. So please send us an email and tell us what you think, or any stories that you would like to have us read, whether personally, or we can read them on air, or we can leave you anonymously and not say your name and still read the story, or we can just enjoy the story ourselves, because we want to hear everybody's experiences, whether it's cryptids or paranormal or UFO, or just chit chat with us. We don't care. Just send us an email, anything you want to talk about. And if you want us to read it on air, tell us you want us to read it on air. If you want us to leave your name off, tell us that too, and we will do whatever you want, or we'll just keep it private amongst ourselves and we'll email you back.
Uh-oh, we have somebody
leave.
No, one person popped in. We got an extra person now. So somebody popped in, and see where we're at here.
I don't know where we left off.
Oh, well, cool. Thank you, Penny. She just subbed. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people I don't think realize. I think they just think that Chi-Rho Sounds is my YouTube handle and don't really realize it. I do music videos. And I'm not a professional. I don't do live concerts. I just am a crazy old lady who collects instruments, and I come up with a rhythm or a pattern or a little song, upload it or record it, and then upload it to my channel and move on to something else. I am kind of behind on my videos. I have a few handpan rhythms that I've been playing with, so I figured I got to get this one done so I can focus on these other ones.
So anybody that has been to our channel or subbed to our channel, you know we have night sky videos of moving objects and things that we
Aw.
can't explain. And
Growing old sub to me also. Thank you. Yes, I do have singing bowls on there. I've had that. Well, shoot, I started that when I was a vibrational sound therapist. My very first videos, I'm actually doing singing bowl therapy with the singing bowls on their back. And then that just kind of went poo with the shop and everything. And then 2020 hit. So now I do just regular instruments that you can see behind me. I mean, I've got a Jamaican drum, I've got handpan, I got drums, I got keyboards, I got like 60 singing bowls. So, which, yes, I got stuck with some of my inventory.
so if you go just to our main page on Midwest Night Watchers at youtube.com, you'll see our videos or Jane's videos of the night sky and anything interesting. That's what our name's about, Night Watchers. So anything that moves out in the backyard, it could be orbs, it could be stuff up in the sky, it could be animals, it could be whatever.
Bats.
Whatever lurks in the night and we happen to catch or think is unusual or something to record or show you, we upload it to our YouTube channel. But then if you click on the live section of our YouTube channel, you will get
A list of our lives.
Midwest Night Watchers or the Night Owl Lounge. You'll get the Piercing the Veil Sunday shows. They're all up there. And
yeah, if you go to my channel and just click on videos, it will give you the whole list of every single video that I've done. And it's been the last few years. We've got our PVC pipe drum on there. I've got a half an hour of just singing bowls. I do have 2 gongs. I am planning on doing like a gong sound meditation sometime. So there's a wide variety of things that I do. I've got a loop station that I make background tracks of the drums and rattles and shakers and wood knocks and things like that. So I record that and it loops over and over again, and then I play to it. So that's what I haven't really done for a while, which is in the background there with all my instruments.
So she plays all of her own music or all of her own instruments, and everything is all Jane. I mean, there's a couple that I might have banged a couple things together or whatever. And
there is a couple that's not my original music, and I will post who the famous handpan player is. There is some famous songs out there, or popular songs, I should say. And I learned how to play them. So if I'm doing some of their songs, which is mainly Kate Stone, if you like handpan music, look up Kate Stone. She's from Germany. She is absolutely amazing. Yateo, Yatao, is another one that I follow them playing their handpans. Just beautiful music. Just relaxing. And so, yeah, I've got a wide variety on there that you can go back and some meditation or just some fun, silly. I finally did some silly ones this last Christmas. And you and I finally got, he can't play the handpan. Not everybody can play the handpan. There's a certain hit that you do. And he has tried and tried and tried. So I gave him 2 little rubber mallets, because you're not supposed to really play a hard mallet with them. So he little rubber mallets, and he was able to play it with the mallets. And we did 2 handpan with both of us playing.
I'm sure I could probably do it if I practice enough and spend time to do it. But
you just have to hit it just right to make it ping.
I'm more of an actual drums kind of guy and a guitar guy. So of course I don't do much of that anymore either, actually.
I just learned about this 8 months ago. What's this one? We have guitar. Yeah, I got several guitars. I've got bass. I've got electric guitar, electric acoustics. I've got lap harps. I got lap dulcimer. I got hammer dulcimer, which I do need to get out, but oh my goodness, do you have to tune that thing? And I don't get my guitar out too much because it hurts my fingers these days. I don't have the calluses like I did when I was a worship leader, and I played Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night, and was up there on stage over an hour playing and playing.
Well, everybody, it was fun tonight. Thank
Yep,
you for showing up. We love you all.
It was a lot of
We
fun. Now we got
appreciate
7.
you. Yeah. Well,
Why
we told
is-
everybody we were ending at 3
Yeah.
o'clock, and here we are past 3 o'clock.
We try to leave and more people pop in. Well, welcome whoever popped in here at the last minute.
We'll be back on next Wednesday, early Thursday morning, same time, same bat channel.
Same bat channel.
We'll be on this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central. When I said previously that we're going to have Danielle Diva
Yep.
on our show for our special guest, and be sure to tune in for that. And
We'll be back next Wednesday, Thursday, whatever you want to call it. It's now officially Thursday, but we still kind of call it Wednesday night when he comes home from work.
it's our Wednesday night because we haven't went to bed yet. So we love you all. We'll see you next time, and be sure to share us out, like and subscribe, and
Comment after the show. That really helps the algorithm. And if we get to our 400 subscribers, which we like 17 away, somewhere around there, we will do a special show and give away some of these shirts and crystals and all kinds of fun stuff. So share us out, please.
all right. Love you all.
Love you.
Be kind to others. See you next time.
Keep looking up.
Keep looking up.
Yep. Keep looking up.